Aligned action presents how your birth order shapes your personality. Have you ever wondered why you clash with your siblings, or why you seem to have completely different personalities despite growing up in the same household? The answer might be simpler than you think, and it has everything to do with something you had absolutely no control over: the order in which you were born. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of birth order psychology, and I guarantee you'll be shocked by how much your position in the family has shaped who you are today. From your career choices to your romantic relationships, your birth order has been quietly influencing your life in ways you never imagined. But here's the thing that most people don't realize: birth order doesn't just affect obvious personality traits. It actually rewires your brain in specific ways that determine how you approach challenges, handle stress, and even how you make decisions. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why you are the way you are. First, subscribe to our channel. Let's start with the first surprising way your birth order shapes your personality. Firstborn children are natural-born leaders, but not for the reasons you might think. It's not just about being the oldest or having more responsibility. Research shows that firstborns actually develop different neural pathways in their brains because they spend their early years exclusively with adults. This creates what psychologists call the adult modeling effect, where firstborns unconsciously mimic adult behavior patterns from an incredibly young age. Here's where it gets really interesting. Firstborns score consistently higher on measures of conscientiousness and achievement orientation. They're more likely to become CEOs, politicians, and astronauts. In fact, 21 of the first 23 astronauts were either firstborn or only children. But there's a dark side to this achievement drive that most people don't talk about. The second surprising way involves what researchers call de-identification. When the second child arrives, something fascinating happens in the family dynamic. The second-born child unconsciously realizes they can't compete with their older sibling in the same areas, so they develop completely different strengths. This is why second-born children often become the family rebels, the creative ones, or the social butterflies. Middle children experience something even more complex. They develop what psychologists call negotiation intelligence. Because they're sandwiched between siblings, they become masters at reading social situations, mediating conflicts, and finding creative solutions. This makes them incredibly skilled at diplomacy and relationship management. However, they also develop what's known as attention-seeking adaptation, which explains why middle children often become the entertainers or the troublemakers in the family. The third surprising way your birth order affects you involves risk-taking behavior. Last-born children are statistically more likely to engage in high-risk activities, from extreme sports to entrepreneurial ventures. But this isn't just about being reckless. Youngest children develop what researchers call innovation necessity. Because all the conventional paths have been taken by their older siblings, they're forced to think outside the box and take creative risks. Here's something that will blow your mind: birth order actually affects your immune system. Studies show that firstborn children have stronger immune responses to certain pathogens, while youngest children have better adaptability to new environmental challenges. This biological difference stems from something called maternal immune priming, where the mother's immune system changes with each pregnancy. The fourth surprising way involves your relationship patterns. Your birth order determines not just who you're attracted to, but how you behave in relationships. Firstborns tend to be more controlling and protective, while lastborns are more laid-back and fun-loving. Middle children often become the peacemakers in their relationships, sometimes to their own detriment. But here's where it gets really complex. Birth order effects can be completely reversed by what psychologists call functional birth order. This happens when there's a large age gap between siblings, when a child has special needs, or when there's a significant event that changes family dynamics. The youngest child might actually function as a firstborn if there's more than 5 years between them and their siblings. The fifth surprising way involves your career success patterns. Research tracking thousands of individuals over decades has revealed that birth order predicts not just career choice, but career satisfaction and even earning potential. Firstborns are more likely to choose traditional, high-status careers, while later-born children gravitate toward more creative or unconventional paths. Only children represent a fascinating case study in birth order psychology. They often exhibit characteristics of both firstborns and lastborns, creating what researchers call hybrid personalities. They tend to be high achievers like firstborns, but also creative risk-takers like youngest children. However, they also face unique challenges in social situations because they never learned to navigate sibling dynamics. The sixth surprising way your birth order shapes you involves your parenting style. Firstborn parents tend to be more anxious and controlling, while youngest-born parents are more relaxed and permissive. Middle children often become the most balanced parents because they've experienced both sides of the sibling dynamic. Here's something most people never consider. Birth order effects can skip generations. If your parent was a rebellious youngest child, you might exhibit some youngest child characteristics, even if you're the oldest. This happens because parenting styles are heavily influenced by the parent's own birth order experience. The seventh surprising way involves your financial behavior. Firstborns are more likely to be savers and conservative investors, while youngest children are more likely to be spenders and risk-taking investors. Middle children often become the most financially strategic, balancing risk and security. Your birth order even affects your physical health in unexpected ways. Firstborns have higher rates of certain conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes, while youngest children have higher rates of injuries and accidents. This isn't just correlation. It's causation based on the different stress patterns and risk-taking behaviors associated with each birth position. The eighth surprising way involves your social media behavior. Recent studies show that firstborns post more achievement-related content, middle children post more social and relationship content, and youngest children post more humorous and creative content. Your birth order is literally shaping how you present yourself to the world. Understanding your birth order isn't just interesting trivia. It's a powerful tool for self-awareness and personal growth. By recognizing the patterns that have shaped you, you can make conscious choices about which traits to embrace and which to modify. Your birth order gave you certain strengths and challenges, but it doesn't define your limits. The next time you find yourself wondering why you react a certain way, or why you make particular choices, remember that your birth order has been quietly influencing you all along. But now that you know how it works, you have the power to consciously shape your own personality and future. What birth order are you, and which of these surprising ways resonated most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating insights into human psychology and behavior.